Hello, welcome to Arsenal Studios. This is Learning English with Movies. In this video, we will talk about one of my favorite action fantasy films, Highlander. If you're new here, the goal of this channel is to help intermediate English language students practice and improve their English skills by using movies as the main topic. If you like our content, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Highlander is a 1986 British action-adventure fantasy directed by Russell Mulcahy. It stars Christopher Lambert, Clancy Brown, and Sean Connery. A Highlander is an inhabitant of a highland, specifically of the Highlands of Scotland. Russell Mulcahy is an Australian director known for films such as Highlander 2: The Quickening, The Shadow, and Resident Evil Extinction. He started his career in music videos, creating videos for bands such as AC/DC and artists such as Billy Joel, Elton John, and Rod Stewart. Because of his experience with music videos, he also directed several Queen video clips for the Highlander soundtrack, including the chart-topping single A Kind of Magic. Chart-topping means having reached the highest position in the music charts. In fact, the success of the Highlander film was due in part to the success of the film's music video and the soundtrack by Queen. Christopher Lambert, an American-French actor, stars in the film as a 16th century mortal. Lambert started his career in French films until he landed the role of Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes. It was his breakout role as Tarzan that impressed the director, who would cast him as Highlander's Connor MacLeod. A breakout role is a performance of an actor or actress which contributed significantly to the development of their career and beginning of critical recognition. Scottish actor Sean Connery, best known for his role as James Bond, stars as the immortal swordsman Ramirez. Highlander tells the story of an age-old war between immortal warriors depicted through flashbacks and present-day stories. A flashback is a scene in a movie or novel set in a time earlier than the main story. After dying from a fatal wound in battle, MacLeod comes back to life. As a result, he is cast out by his village, which blames his miraculous recovery on witchcraft. To cast out means to exclude someone from a group or place. MacLeod is later found by Ramirez, another immortal like him, who explained they were born invincible unless beheaded in battle. Beheaded means to cut off the head of someone, specifically as a form of execution. He also explains to him that immortals have been waging a secret war, fighting each other until the last few remaining will meet at the gathering to fight for the prize. To wage war means to instigate or initiate war against some other country or group of people. The movie is set in the present day of 1985, when the gathering is finally happening in New York City. MacLeod must confront his oldest enemy, the murderous and ruthless Kurgan. Ruthless means having or showing no pity or compassion for others. Since its release, Highlander has developed a cult following over the years. Despite the disappointing sequels, the Highlander franchise lived on thanks to a successful TV show. Originally, Lambert was set to return as Connor MacLeod for the 1992 TV series, but he turned down the role. To turn down means to reject something offered or proposed. As a result, the series became a spin-off, introducing a new character named Duncan MacLeod, played by Adrian Paul. Lambert would appear in the first episode of the series, as well as in the movie sequels Highlander 3: The Sorcerer and Highlander Endgame. A sorcerer is a person who claims or believed to have magic powers, like a wizard. The sequels, Highlander Endgame and Highlander The Source, also follow the continuity of the TV series. The success of the TV series also spawned an animated series which aired from 1994 to 1996. Plans for a possible reboot have been considered over the years. In fact, John Wick director Chad Stahelski has shown interest in directing a possible reboot starring Henry Cavill, so perhaps we will see more Highlander films or TV shows in the future. Since Highlander uses flashbacks to show past events in the story, it might be useful to use the past perfect tense when talking about these past actions. Before we continue, I would like to invite you to check out my online course at THINKIFIC. The Learning English with Movies course was designed for intermediate English language students who love movies and filmmaking. You can practice your English reading and listening skills, learn new key vocabulary and grammar, and confirm your comprehension with fun quizzes. The Learning English with Movies Kindle ebook is also available from Amazon. For more information as well as fun and useful tips and recommendations, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Now let's get back to the video. We can use the past perfect simple by using had plus past participle to talk about time up to a certain point in the past. For example, he had built a farm in the Highlands of Scotland by the time his wife died. MacLeod had been killed in battle before he came back to life. We can use the past perfect to show the order of two past events. The past perfect shows the earlier action, and the past simple shows the later action. For example, when the police arrived to the crime scene, Kurgan had escaped. It doesn't matter in which order we say these two events. The following sentence has the same meaning. Kurgan had escaped when the police arrived to the crime scene. We can also use the past perfect followed by before to show that an action was not done or was incomplete when the past simple action happened. Example, MacLeod left the office before the detective had spoken to him. We often use the adverbs already, still, just, never, and ever. For example, the police arrived at the parking lot, but he'd already disappeared. He still hadn't explained everything to the detective when he left. Kurgan went to kill other immortals when he just arrived to New York. She had never met anyone from Scotland before she met Connor. Connor MacLeod was the most fascinating man she'd ever met. Thanks for watching. Have you seen Highlander? What did you think of the sequels? Would you like to see a Highlander reboot or TV series? Write down your thoughts in the comments below.